you're kidding me! Nasher Tips 12s it is, fo shiz. It's Ninja Tips, and I'm happy to see you're back so we can talk more Nasher Tips. We all have a choice in this game, to fire out of cover or to fire while in cover. The latter provides higher kill-to-death ratios. The bad part is that cover battles can quickly turn into a lengthy ring around the rosies battles with an opponent until I get flanked or vice versa. That's where the back A and up A maneuvers come into play. Cut these battles short and not prolong the inevitable, where the A button is either used for dashing forward to push on forward, guns blazing following a kill, or staying back after pressing the fire trigger, playing it safer, embracing a passive-aggressive mentality to avoid having to move deeper into enemy lines, as well as maybe getting a second chance at life in case the back A maneuver failed to work properly the first time, which both events happen to occur at the precise moment upon making contact with the edge of a wall or cover item, or can be done while resting on the wall in either the crouch or standing position. If the RT is pressed before touching the wall, one will find that it fails to switch the shot spread from the right of one's character to the left of one's character, and choosing the active reload just seconds before engaging in the up A or back A means possibly letting the enemy know what's coming. Not active reloading, though, also means that the plan could fail entirely if the enemy already knew I was there. Best way to make these babies work in that event is to lure one's opponent into the shot, creeping closer to the corner of the cover to leave them in doubt. Having a rifle out while approaching cover items is risky, since it leaves a little time and room for error when going for those downs. But, as I have mentioned before, a rifle burst can block or completely counter one Nasher round that is not active. When in doubt, shank it out. Since firing a Nasher round leaves one susceptible to gunfire for a short time, and if the opponent has moved in or I'm able to move in safely, the shank will most likely finish the job. Going back to counter shots, this time with Nasher, blood on the screen may dissuade one from pushing on, but if one doesn't have the fortitude to try and counter, then that doubt turns into not aiming straight at the target. It's all about fast response times, because getting caught unaware and with one's pants down happens a lot in this game. When in cover and firing, the direction that my character is facing is the side of the screen where my Nasher shot will hit. With barrier battles, whoever sets first gets the advantage, and it consumes milliseconds of time by choosing to go for the hard aim at this point. It's therefore faster and safer to blind fire a maneuver around when facing two opponents at the same time. The expected path of gunfire from the Nasher can be thought of as very large Hadoukens. I guess I could put it that way. Which is why I recommend everyone to practice with an aggressive A button and left thumbstick to start engaging more with one's environment, yet be very gentle and sensitive with the right thumbstick corrections, because the map is full of opportunistic shields that can be taken advantage of with proper wall bouncing techniques or wall rushing techniques, which can be both cancelled abruptly mid-animation to open up a window of opportunity. For every correction made on one side of my controller sticks, the other thumbstick can be used to compensate or counter-compensate for accidental over-adjustments for myself to attain the proper aim. Getting flanked happens a lot, and what comes in handy in these sticky situations are 0-degree shoulder-to-wall side bounces. I like to call it the dodge shot, which also happens to show the least amount of weakness by focusing one's whole body and camera view to direct itself at the designated target. They differ from the 30 to 45 plus degree angle wall bounces that easily enable oneself to connect to further wall bounce opportunities, but tend to leave me vulnerable to sudden Lancer assaults, which are kind of triggered by me giving my side to the enemy and or showing lack of aggression, shooting and closing in on them fast enough in the first place. My back showing the heaviest sign of my own lack of awareness and extremely limited potential to counteract. Going back to the aggressive left stick character movements, what I mean by that is being able to make huge corrections at a very fast rate, to be able to move the sticks from the left to the right or up and down in at least a 3-point movement sequence very swiftly. They are what aid me in readjusting my thumb to the most efficient resting point, bluffing, which helps me avoid partial or full shotgun blast. Also helps me to create those juked out wall bounces, the rare ones being to the rear, with the minimal amount of error of having to roll my character. And hell, it even comes in handy for baiting, teabagging, and trolling. And what I mean by aggressive A is being on the move, having movement at all times in order to connect wall bounces and to be able to let go so fast yet re-engage for a proper side dash maneuver that helps avoid a Nasher shot at close distances. There's a lot more where that came from, folks. The coalition can make drastic changes to this game, so if you can't adapt and overcome, then bitching is all we can do for now, folks. Till next time.